Hi, my name's Nikolai, aka 56Miner, and today we're unboxing our February premium box. This month's box is all about technical drawing. We'll go over some foundations of the art form, the materials in our box, and I'll share some tips and tricks that I picked up when working with them. Let's get into it. For our surface this month, we have the Design Vellum pad from the Clearprint company. Vellum's a really interesting paper to work on as it's a little bit transparent. And thanks to the ink block panel in these pads, we don't have to worry about any of our mediums bleeding through to the pages behind. This 50 sheet pad is great for sketching and refining ideas. Our first drawing utensil is going to be a mechanical pencil from the Zebra company, and this is going to be their Delgard mechanical pencil. Instead of traditional graphite, this month we've included a set of colored leads from the Uni company. The set includes 7 different colors and transforms your mechanical pencil more into a colored pencil. Now, mechanical pencils aren't the most forgiving medium. I like to think of them more as fine liners. So some of the techniques that we can use are pointillism, which is making dots to create value, cross-hatching, which is where you overlap lines to create a darker area, parallel lines for things like fur, and wavy lines for water or wood texture. One thing that I really like about the colored lead is the value range that you can achieve. By starting with light pressure, we can get really subtle values, and we can build the colored pencil up to achieve those darker areas. And while we can smudge the colored lead, it's not nearly as smudgy as the traditional graphite. Let's grab our grip eraser from the Faber-Castell company to carve out some shapes out of our colored lead. I really enjoy using erasers as a drawing tool as it just makes you think a little bit differently. Now, if you're new to drawing, there are a few things that you can do as a kind of warm-up to get ready for a more complex piece. If straight long lines are an issue for you, try drawing from your elbow. This is a great way to kind of warm up and to give your wrist a rest. Short lines are always going to be very wrist intensive, so make sure to hold your pencil lightly. Our next tool is going to be the Sketchmate Template from Rapid Design. While these make a great ruler, we can use the shapes as a guide for more drawing practice. I'll start by creating a perfect circle with our template, and then try to match that circle freehand. Now the circle from our template is perfect. The freehand one's a little bit less so, and that's okay. This practice is great as it allows you to identify any habits you might have. Maybe you draw with things pulled a little bit to the left, or wider rather than they are tall. This practice allows you to identify that habit so you can correct it. Now that we've got some of the basics down, let's sketch something a little bit more complex. I'll start by establishing a center line, as well as a top line and some width lines. This will help to ensure that the chess piece that I'm drawing is symmetrical. Guides like these are very prevalent in technical drawing, as technical drawing is used by product designers in order to create something that's both representational and mathematically correct. While the body of my chess piece was built in reference to those guides, I'll freehand the top on the crown. That way, the perspective's a little bit different. Next, I'll take a darker lead color to finalize those lines and make any final decisions. I really love the ability to sketch in a lighter color and then go over with a darker one, as it can save some time and it's just a fun effect. As a final touch, I'll go in and thicken up the line on the right side of our chess piece. This will act as kind of a shadow and give the object a little bit more weight. Try this exercise at home. Use anything that you have around the house, but try starting out with simpler objects instead of anything too complex. Our next drawing utensil is going to be the Pilot Parallel Pen. This fountain pen is super fun and super versatile. And for an added dimension of color, we've included the Pilot Refill Pack, which comes with 12 ink cartridges. Now before we can actually use our parallel pen, we will need to activate it. I'll be using the red that comes in this set, but feel free to follow along with any color you'd like. There are a couple tools that come in our package, and the first is going to be the Nib Cleaner. By sliding this plastic sheath between the blades of our parallel pen, we can clean out any debris that might be between those blades that'll affect our line quality. To activate our pen, let's unscrew our barrel and then taking our pen unit, we'll insert an ink cartridge until we pierce that plastic barrel. By inverting the pen unit, we can allow that ink to flow from the ink cartridge down into our blades, and it'll take a few moments, but once it's activated, you'll be able to get a nice smooth line. We'll reattach our barrel, and our pen is good to go. Depending on how you hold your pen, you can achieve both thin and thick lines. By using just the corner of the parallel pen, I found that I can achieve the most consistent line, almost like a fine liner. I really enjoy using this pen in order to make patterns or repeating elements. And of course, this pen is also great for calligraphy. If you're interested in calligraphy or hand lettering, make sure to head over to our YouTube channel where you can check out our video from June, where we do a deep dive into all things hand lettering. Now, to take advantage of all the great colors in our refill pack, we will need to clean out our parallel pen. We'll first remove the ink cartridge, and be careful with these as once they're open, they're open. Taking our pipette with a little bit of water, we can then insert it into our pen unit and squeeze that water through. That'll clear out the line as well as the blades, and then we're ready for a new color. By pressing the pen nib into a paper towel, you can help to pull out any water that might be left over. Now that we know how to change our colors, I wanted to show you how to create a gradient. Now, because all of our ink cartridges are mixable, we can dip our pen directly into that red ink and it will create a soft gradient from red to yellow. And because of how the pen's designed, we don't need to worry about contaminating the ink cartridge in the pen itself. Now that we've got a good handle on how to use our parallel pen, let's go back to our chess piece sketch and ink our illustration. I'll start by sliding our sketch behind another page of our vellum pad, and then go in with our parallel pen to work on the outlines of our chess piece. Because we can see through that vellum paper, it's really easy to go in with confidence when coloring in these areas. With my mid-tone established, I'll switch my pen to the orange cartridge and work on the shadows. I really enjoy how saturated all of the colors in our ink set are, as it just makes everything pop off the page. Now, it's important that you let the ink fully dry to the vellum paper in order to avoid smearing, but once that's done, we can go back in with our colored lead and add an outline. On the left side, because it's in light, I'm going to be using our red lead, and on the right side, because it's in shadow, I'm going to be using that purple. This will give our chess piece a little bit of weight and a little bit more three-dimensionality. And with that, our video is complete. Hope you enjoyed it, learned a few things, and if you post your work online, make sure you use hashtag SketchBoxFebruary. We love seeing what y'all create each month. And if you want to learn more about calligraphy, head over to our YouTube channel where you can check out those June videos. And I'll see you next month.